This is Joshua Farnsworth. Welcome to my traditional woodworking school. In this video, hand plane expert Bill Anderson will show you how to use antique wooden and metal plow planes. Don't miss our last two videos where Bill showed how to choose and refurbish these plow planes.
We're going to work on plowing a couple grooves here. One groove we're going to make with this wooden plow plane, and we're going to make that in the face of the board using a pretty wide cutter, 5/8 inch. I've set it in 1 3/8 of an inch in, and I've adjusted the distance from the skate to the fence to be the same on both ends, and I've done that with a ruler. In other words, the cutter is, as I said, 1 3/8 inch over to the outside edge, and this is some measurement from the fence, and that is the same measurement from the fence. This sort of adjustment here is exactly the same that we do on this plane here. It's got a cutter, in this case a 1/4 inch. We're going to cut a frame and panel type groove, and I've set the cutter to be 1/2 inch from the fence, and it's a 1/4 inch wide. That means that the cutter will be in the middle of a 3/4 inch thick stock, 1/4 inch here, 1/4 inch groove, 1/4 inch on the other side. And I've adjusted the skate and the fence to be the same distance apart at the toe and at the heel. Exactly the same sort of consideration for the wooden plane. This has got a depth stop. Typically, we set this at 3/8 for the frame and panel grooves. I've set this depth stop for 1/4. Just an arbitrary measurement, and I've done that by advancing or retracting this thumb screw, which moves this shoe right here up and down, and I've set that for about a 1/4 inch relief. So we'll just go ahead and take a plow. What I've done to adjust this is I've advanced one screw and retracted the other back and forth, balancing them out until I got them to be the same. This has a thumb screw. These screws lock together in opposition to each other. So this is a very tight connection right here. This fence is never going to move. This fence, however, in the groove, if I rock the plane over as I'm planing, I can lever this fence away from the body very easily. It's only held by 2 thumb screws on this polished shaft. So you have to be very careful with this plane that you keep it straight up and down. Don't tilt it over, and check after every groove that you have not levered the fence away from its initial setting. And that's the same consideration you'll have with a Stanley 45, 55, any metal plow plane. You always need to be concerned about levering the fence over if you tilt the plane during the planing process. Here, like I said, we're not really going to have that problem. Let me go ahead and see how this is going to work in this piece of southern yellow pine.
Hey, I hope you're enjoying watching our video so far, and I just want to take a few seconds to let you know about our traditional woodworking store, which you can visit while taking a class or by visiting our website at woodandshop.com/store. You'll find our amazing products to help you grow in traditional hand tool woodworking, including in-person and video woodworking classes, woodworking hand tools and workbenches, woodworking plans, traditional wood finishes, shirts and hats, and cool hand tool woodworking gifts for you or your loved ones. Okay, back to the show.
I'm starting to get a cut. I'm going to go ahead and advance the iron just a little bit. This is just like any molding plane. Tap the iron, tap the wedge, try it out. A little bit more. It is important that you keep the plane straight up and down so that your groove has vertical shoulders. And when you hit the shoe right here, cut stops. So pretty straightforward. Not a whole lot that can go wrong with this as long as you adjust it correctly. After that, we're in business. And here's the joint that we've plowed. I always cut my boards long so I can take off any inequities that might be happening at one end or the other, but that looks like a pretty good plow. Let's go ahead and plow a groove in the edge of a board as though we were making a frame and panel construction, say a door frame or a box top or something like that, which has a floating panel inside that rests in these grooves. And we'll go ahead and give this a little pass. This edge that we cut the groove on is almost always considered to be the reference edge in the joiner if you're laying out the tenons, the mortises, and so on and so forth. So this would be a reference face. This would be the reference edge here. The edge that the plane rests against, the fence, that's the reference face. This is the reference edge. If you take just a short little pass here and look at what's happened, we verify that the cut is actually going to happen in the middle of the stock. Just one last little check before we go whole hog on this And there we are, a groove in a frame to set in a raised panel, for example.
If you're interested in learning traditional woodworking, come take a class at our school in Earlysville, Virginia. You can also visit our website at woodandshop.com, where you'll find a bunch of free woodworking lessons, workshop tours, and our very popular tool buying guides. And make sure you subscribe to our free newsletter to get our latest articles and videos. Enjoy!